Poisoned apples, glass slippers. Who needs them? Not Snow White and her posse of disenchanted princesses in the hilarious hit musical That's Anything But Grim. The original storybook heroines are none too happy with the way they've been portrayed in today's pop culture, so they've tossed their tiaras and have come to life to set the record straight in Disenchanted. And it's coming to the Aetos Center for Performing Arts today. I'm joined by Sammy Kennett, who portrays Snow White, and Catrice Jackson, who portrays the princess who kissed the frog. Welcome to Unscripted Princesses. How are we?
Good, amazing.
Good. Okay, so Sammy, my first question is for you. You do portray Snow White. You are leading the national tour of Disenchanted. So what was it about, this show that initially, shall I say, enchanted you?
Yeah, I've always been told by my friends, you're not really the princessy type. Obviously, I'm an actor, I'm auditioning for a lot of stuff, but I've never been in for princess roles. And I kind of thought, it makes sense. I'm not really the princessy type. And then this came across my desk, and I was like, wait, it's literally princesses just flipped on their heads. So it made complete sense for me. And I just think it's hilarious. And I love nothing more than to make people laugh. So yeah, it's amazing.
There you go. And then Catrice, for you, this is your second year with Disenchanted on tour. So I'd like to ask you then, what about this show sucked you back into it?
Yes. I mean, the show is just amazing. Like, even just the message that it's getting out into the world is like amazing. And I also just wanted a chance to come back in the new year as the Princess Who Kissed the Frog and see what else I could bring to her. I was like, I feel like she can give so much more. Like, I'm so excited. And with like Sammy being new, I was like, what are our new princesses going to bring to the table? Like, I was just super excited to jump back recreating the show that we've already created into something that's even more awesome.
Yeah. Were there any princesses for either of you that influenced you most, or maybe even villains like that were against the princesses that might have influenced your roles?
Catrice?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say I took a lot straight from the original Princess Tiana because in that movie she's portrayed not like most princesses in other movies, but she's portrayed as like the hard worker and like she makes her own restaurant and like I kind of just drew from that. I was like, well, what if she like really does that, but now she has something to say about it?
Yeah. How about you, Sammy? I know you said your friends were kind of like, you're not the princessy type, but were there any like antagonists that maybe you kind of were like, all right, I can bring this to Snow White?
Yeah, maybe like a little bit of like Ursula in there, like a tiny little bit. But also, just honestly, I took a lot of inspiration from like Barbara Streisand, Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, just the way that she runs the show and takes up the space.
Yeah, heroines of Hollywood, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, and like, we kind of said, we're flipping these princesses on their heads. They've had it with their narratives. They're taking back control. How do you feel audiences will relate to your characters in this way, taking back control?
Gosh, I mean, I think it's just going to empower audiences, I think they don't really know what they're stepping into, and then it's just going to be just so much laughter and joy, especially for the women in the crowd. So that's really exciting, and I'm thrilled. Yeah.
And Catrice?
I also agree with that. And I think also for anyone else too, like seeing their own empowerment through women being powerful.
Yeah. Okay, and then I guess this might seem like a silly question, but what has been your favorite part of this production and tour, if you can pinpoint it?
Yeah, I would definitely honestly say like the community it brings. Because now I've done it with a few different casts now, and like we're all truly, genuinely so close now. So I honestly just love watching all the new princesses come in and like give their work and what inspires them, and then we're all best friends.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for your time. Disenchanted on tour, like I said, is coming to the Aetos Center for Performing Arts on Thursday, October 9th. Show starts at 7. Get your tickets today.